Today my big fat Polish haul with fabric notions, sewing magazines and some extras. Some of them are not Polish. Hi, I'm Alex and this is Gingerhead & Co, my sewing vlog. My sister visited me in August, finally, and that was a source of joy and fabric. Because my sister is my unofficial fabric mule, so she brings me fabric that I buy in Poland. Of course, I order some fabric from Poland and it arrives here, but if I can use my sister, all the better, because I don't have to pay for the delivery. Clever. And she brought me a lot of fabric, so I'm going to try and show you all of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to show you all of it because I have no idea if I've got everything here. Some of it has been pre-washed, some of it hasn't. And the ones that are not pre-washed might be somewhere else as well. If I don't show it to you now, I'm never going to show it to you because I want to start making things. So let's start with dresówka.pl. That's one of my favorite Polish shops, and I do buy a lot of French terry from this shop. I bought a lot of leafy prints. Shan from Kittenish Behavior should be watching that. Or shouldn't be watching that, that's better for her wallet. But that is French terry. It's 240 or 250 grams per meter, 240. And it's proper French terry, so it's got loop back at the back. And I love the print. Can you see it? I love the print. It's sort of palm leaves or whatever, but it's quite gentle. It's not huge. And well, I don't know why I bought it. I bought it because I want to make a hoodie perhaps, but it would make a great dress or skirt. It would make great everything because it's cotton, so it's 96% cotton, I think, or 95% cotton. I don't remember all of them, but 95% cotton, let's say, and 5 spandex or something like that. So again, it's breathable, it's warm, but not extremely warm. The weight is similar to thick t-shirting fabric, but it's got some stretch. It's okay, it's not super stretchy. French terry generally is not super stretchy, but I would say it's stretchy enough for what it is meant to be doing to us. Then I bought Birds of Paradise. I really like Birds of Paradise, the flowers. And I like these as well, and the colors are absolutely gorgeous. And it's got some orange, and orange is my favorite color, or one of my favorite colors. I do love it. I'm probably going to think about what to make with it because I like it so much. But again, I just want hoodies. I wear a lot of hoodies. I need a lot of hoodies. I really wear all my hoodies all the time. Again, this is French terry and it's 240 grams per meter. And I think it's got 6% of spandex. It's got some stretch. It's not super heavy. It's breathable. It's lovely and it smells really nice, and it's been pre-washed, so it is ready to go. Then I bought some jersey, cotton jersey. It's cotton jersey with some spandex. Again, I think it's about 5%. It's really good. I think it's digital print. I know it's boring for most people, but I really like the fact that it is slightly different from what I generally see in the shops. So I'm going to make some bottoms, some yoga bottoms, because again, I wear them a lot, I need them a lot, I get through loads and loads. If you go to the gym, you do understand why I make so many. It's not very easy to kind of stick to your leggings or to your gym bottoms for a long time because they start being a bit dirty in places, and we wash them all the time, we wear them all the time, so yeah, we need quite a few. If you go to the gym, you will understand. If you don't go to the gym, imagine that your kid is wearing something. You do need to replace it quite often. It's also that children are growing. We are probably not growing, but that's another one. And I think it's good not just for my bottoms, but it could be made into a t-shirt or something. It's just cotton jersey. So it's got some stretch, not like loads of stretch, but it's got decent stretch like that. It would make perfect things for the gym. A tank top perhaps. Maybe I need something plain. This is plain for me. Yes, I do like my prints. I make clothes that are plain because I've got so many prints, just to kind of balance out. I can't wear my very colourful jackets or coats with my very colourful dresses sometimes. So sometimes I need something more plain, and this is plain for me. This is more grey than it comes out as blue. It's not very blue. It's got some blue in it, but my camera is lying and I don't know why. It depends on the light, I think. Then another one, and this is French terry, because all the prints can be made into cotton, like woven cotton, cotton jersey, plenty of things. Viscose, they've got loads of viscose. So they can make prints in various fabric, which is quite useful because you can have a whole wardrobe of the same print if you wish so. So this one is also, it's kind of a bit like jeans, like denim, but it is French terry. It is quite lightweight, so 240 grams. Yes, it is 240 grams. I buy so much French terry that I can tell, even 10 grams, I can tell the difference. Yes, because I buy loads. Yes, I do admit, I'm not ashamed. I am sort of ashamed, but I do wear my clothes. So that's the fabric. And again, bottoms, or it would make a really, really good pencil skirt because it's got good recovery, but it's more for autumn and winter, although I'm always cold, so we'll see. But, well, I bought it to color block, really, and I bought it for Hedge Hubby. So I bought it not for me, but it sometimes changes. I do not stick to my plans all the time. Then I love that. I absolutely love that, and I'm going to keep it for myself. I'm not going to make anything for Hedge Hubby from this one. This is French terry, and this one is, it's not their print. I think it's Gatteman. Yeah, it is. And you can laugh, but I didn't know Gatteman made fabric. I didn't know. I know Gatteman as, you know, a thread, but I didn't know that. So Ring of Roses, it's called, the print. So I'm not sure if you can see that. Right, but it's lovely. It's, again, really good quality. It feels very cottony, so I'm not sure how to explain it. So I'm pretty sure that it's going to wash well. It's going to, this one is pre-washed, but generally fabric from Dressówka, they wash really well. Even if there is some kind of fading of the color, it's this nice fading of the color. Like, you know that the clothes were loved for years and years. And after 3 years, their prints are still as new, really. Like this one, I bought it about 3 years ago, and it's still navy blue. It still has the dogs, yeah. It's been washed quite a lot. It's not something that I wear every day, but I have been wearing it regularly for 3 years. So come on, this is also Dressówka. I made it a long time ago. But so that's the one that I love. And then I bought, again, French terry, 240 grams per meter. Yes, that's my favorite weight, because it could be used, for me, it could be used for summer as well, because, as I said, I'm always cold. But it could also be made into something that is wintry. So perfect. It's just very versatile for me. But the print is gorgeous. The colors are, I'm not sure if you can see the colors as much as I can see them in real life. They're really, really vivid. But when I bought it, I didn't really think about it, but I see skulls there. Like this one, like this one. I'm not sure if they're meant to be skulls, but I see skulls there. I'm not a fan of skulls on me. Hedge Hubby wears them a lot, and I think it is going to be a t-shirt for Hedge Hubby, or a top for Hedge Hubby. Hedge Hubby is my husband. I call him Hedgehog, and to you he's Hedge Hubby, just to kind of make sure that you know that he is a real person, not a hedgehog. Can you see the skulls? I'm not sure if they're there. It's just my imagination, perhaps, but if I point it out, I'm pretty sure that everybody is going to see skulls now. So I don't know, but I love it. It's a shame about the skulls, or maybe it's not a shame, because Hedge Hubby needs some clothes as well. It's good to remember about your husband. I bought a lot of plain fabric as well from Dressówka. Yeah, everywhere. But I'm not going to show you all the color. I mean, I can show you what I bought, but I'm not going to show you every single color, because you would get bored. But then I got something that my sister bought me in a brick and mortar shop in Kraków, or Krakow, as you prefer. It's on Filipa Street. Anybody from Krakow watching? It's Filipa Street, and yeah, it's not as brilliant as I thought, because my sister took me virtually in her phone to the shop and let me choose the fabric, and I like it, but I thought it was viscose jersey, and it's not. It's like Ponte di Roma. It is Ponte di Roma, this one. So I like the colors. It is going to be used. It just not what I expected fabric-wise, but that's the problem when you buy something online with somebody. My sister can sew, but she hasn't been sewing for years, so she can't really tell me what things are. She could tell me it was a bit stretchy. It stretches in one direction. So as we call it, two-way stretch, not four-way stretch, okay? But, yep. So, and the bias, of course, but it is nice, but it's more for a jumper, or it's more for a cardigan or something more wintry, because it's a bit warm for now. And I thought I would make a beautiful dress out of it, but I'm not sure. If it's going to be a dress, it's going to be more wintry dress. Well, no problem. I still like it. And then something that is ITY. I like ITY. I know not everybody likes ITY, but I love ITY. And again, it's kind of splodges in my favorite colors. Well, I've got a lot of favorite colors. Any color is really my favorite color. Not all colors like me. Like yellow doesn't really, but this one is more like toned down, or with a bit of red in it, if that makes any sense. So I don't think it's going to be a problem. And it's kind of more green, blue tones in general. And this was meant to be either a jumpsuit or a dress, because I decided that I'm not really good with jumpsuits, but maybe I should make more to start liking them, because I don't like them on me. I like them on other people. I don't like them on me. I'm never happy when I make them, but we'll see, because, well, they're comfortable, they're fashionable, they're whatever, and I need to push myself a bit to make other things, not just dresses, because if I could, I would just make dresses and jackets and coats. Jackets and coats. Let's go to Minkia.com for a bit, because I bought quite a lot from Minkia.com, and I wanted to sort of compare Dressówka and Minkia. I mean, not as shops, but I bought certain things that are similar. So first of all, I bought viscose. That's woven viscose. That's just 100% viscose. And I think that was on sale. Might have been. But I love the print. It's very pretty. And Minkia.com has really good quality of all their fabrics. I've never got anything from them that wasn't brilliant quality-wise. So the quality of this viscose is really, really good. It's lightweight, but it's not super see-through. I mean, you can line it if you want to. But even without lining, you wouldn't be indecent. So the thread count is quite decent, I would say. It is creased, as viscose often is. So sorry about that, but I like the print. It's very springy, and I probably bought it a long time ago. Got it sent to my sister because I forgot about it. But it's so nice to the touch as well. It's very nice. I'm not always a fan of viscose because it creases, and as a person who always moves, I do have a problem with my wrinkly clothes. So yeah. But I really like it. I kind of regret that I didn't get it sent to me, to the UK, immediately, because it would have made a beautiful spring dress. Even Tilly and the buttons, indigo. Although, no, yeah, it doesn't have that much breaking of the print, the button. So it would be gorgeous. But then I bought something that I intend to use as lining. It's not necessarily meant to be lining, although I think it might be listed as lining as well. But I simply love the colors, and I had this type of fabric from Minkia.com before, and I made, I think, Tilly and the Buttons Eden coats lining from it, and some other coat lining. I like my coats to be plain or plainish, and the lining to be bright and colorful. It is super, it's a bit like satin. It's got satin finish, and I think it's polyester based, but I don't know how to explain it. You know, when polyester is good polyester and bad polyester. So some polyester just feels cheap. It's almost like the old from the 70s, 80s that kind of attacks you with electricity or whatever. But this one is not that. This one feels a bit like viscose, a bit like silk, really. I'm not really that much into silk. I'm not into silk. I don't buy silk. But this one feels a bit like silk, maybe a bit more meaty, thicker. and with kind of satin finish, so it's cold to the touch, like silk. But when you hold it, after some time, when you hold it against your body, it becomes warm. So again, like silk, good quality. And the other one, again, for lining for my coats, this. I know you can make a dress out of it, but I bought it for the lining because it's very slippery. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to sew with, but if you have proper needle, you'll manage. It's not bad. It's not like some super thin and horrible linings. No, it's not. It's a bit like viscose with satin finish. So not horrible to sew. Your machine won't eat it. My machine doesn't eat it, so my machine probably thinks that it's not tasty enough. But yeah, I love it. And then I bought a lot of plains. I told you that I bought a lot of plain, a lot of solid colors because I need them for color blocking. Some of them are French terry, some of them are cotton jersey, and they are the colors that I use most often. And some are from Dressówka and some are from miękkie.com. And I know that I had loads. I think I had 5 meters of this. And I bought even more. That probably proves how much I like it. This is cotton jersey and it's melange, so this kind of tiny little flecks of black on teal. And I love it. And I intend to make some plain tops or solid color tops because I've got quite a few things that need a tank top or a top in this color. Okay, loads, but yeah, plains are probably not something that you get excited about. This is quite a physical task, exercising my muscles, showing you fabric is quite physical, so it's a form of exercise. Is it? Well, anyway, some of you are asking, how come I've got that much ribbing, like ribbing in all colors and all that, right? Well, it's because I'm addicted to ribbing. And to prove that, I'm going to show you that is part of what I got. But to show you why I've got all the colors that I want to play with, I'm going to tell you what I do. If I want something blue, because I've got, let's say, a blue season, I buy blue in various shades. So it's kind of from greyish blue, it's melange. So it flecks. So this one is melange, this one is melange. I've got a whole section of melange, so it's speckled. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but believe me, it is, right? 2 like greys that are still with the tint of blue, right? Yes, and I buy that much of one color, and I pretty much buy that for every single color. I have a separate stash of ribbing because I seriously am an addict. And that's, again, that's melange and a bit of orange. It's quite hard to show you. So yes, I buy a lot of ribbing. This one is just from Miękkie and mainly blues, as you can you can see. And I don't pre-wash my ribbing because that's also something that you've been asking about. I don't pre-wash my ribbing because I think, rightly so, that even if it shrinks a bit, it doesn't bother me because it's going to look better, not worse. However, if I buy ribbing from an unknown source, from a new shop that I had not used before, I do pre-wash at least a bit of it, so at least like 2 inches square or something, to see if it runs. Because if the color runs into your washing and you attach your, let's say, red ribbing to a white top, you are not going to have a garment at all after the first wash. So that's important to remember. If the ribbing, the color runs, I will not buy it again. So I do not pre-wash ribbing from Dressówka or from Miękkie or from metry i centymetry because I have used it so many times. I have done my tests. It's brilliant. And my favorite is definitely miękkie.com because their ribbing is perfect. It is quite sturdy. It's perfect for me. Not everybody has to like the same type of ribbing, but their ribbing is perfect for me. It's got amazing recovery, amazing qualities altogether. So this is definitely my favorite type of ribbing. I'll put it back here. And I'm just going to show you a few from Dressówka, which is also good quality, but I prefer Miękkie because it's thicker. It's sort of more meaty and recovers even better. This one is not bad. It's also cotton based, so cotton plus some spandex. I think This one is 3% spandex, the rest is cotton, and it's thicker, so 280 grams per meter, if I'm not wrong. But you can tell that it looks slightly different. It's good quality, it's brilliant, but it's just kind of more like commercial ribbing. Nothing like the polyester goodness that you can buy on eBay or Amazon sometimes, and I think, do not go there. Do not. They are just bad. They are bad for your machine. They are bad for your overlocker. They are going to blunt your needles, blunt your cutting tools, blunt your blade on the overlocker if you use your overlocker, and they're going to look awful. So no point. I know they're cheap, but there is a reason why they're cheap. I think they're made in China, which, well, it shouldn't be a deterrent because everything is made in China nowadays. But, well, not really. This one is made in Poland. But I just don't think it's worth risking your garment. The polyester ones that you can't really stretch. So what's the point of ribbing that you can't really stretch? But there is no point. But, this one is from Dresówka. I've got more, but what's the point of showing you everything? I've got some more to show you. I also bought some cuffing. Do you want to see? So this cuffing is single, so it hasn't got any folds, right? You attach it like that. It doesn't fold in half, right? And this one is from Dresówka. Again, I prefer miękkie, but there is nothing wrong with this ribbing. It's for hedge hubby because I didn't have any black with anything. I'm not the biggest fan of black, so I didn't really have any. I didn't have much of grey. And it is pretty useful, especially for a man, because men very often prefer things that are not pink, not orange. Men are strange. Sorry if any men are watching, you are not strange. Nobody is stranger than me. Then green, because again, green and yellow, it reminds me of the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. And, well, I've got a soft spot. What can I say? I was a child, I was happy. I know we look awful in it. It doesn't matter. And then, again, this one is to be folded. So it's double fold, right? So you fold it along the crease here, and you attach it to your garment with the right side to the right side of your garment. You attach it like that. So it's got a fold, right? It's going to be like that. Yeah, I like my stripes. I like them. I just do. And I will never stop liking them. It doesn't really matter what other people think about my taste. My taste is my taste. And if I stop being me, there is no reason for my existence whatsoever. And I also bought some thread from miękkie. It's really good quality, but silly me, I thought it was for my overlocker or for the cover stitch. It's variegated thread, but it's for a sewing machine, for embroidery, really. But it's Metla. I like Metla. I think it's a good company making thread, and it's very pretty. And I'm probably going to try and use it in my cover stitch in the looper, but it's definitely not meant to be for the overlocker or the cover stitch. Can you see? Well, just variegated thread. It wasn't very expensive. Well, the prices are probably similar to what you can buy in the UK, but I always have problems buying variegated thread for the overlocker and the cover stitch in the UK. So I know a few shops, but they're always like, they never really have a lot. That's the reason, but it's not for the overlocker. I nearly lost 2 bits of fabric that I also wanted to show you. They're not from Poland, they are from Lamazi, and they're cotton jersey. And I bought this one. I have it in a different colorway. I have already, well, almost made it into a dress, but this one is a slightly different shade of blue, and I really liked it. And I bought that because I liked it as well. So again, for a floaty dress, because why not? It is so windy here that I really should stop making floaty dresses, but I do like them. It is very soft, very nice. I like sewing with viscose jersey. I know that not everybody likes it because, yes, it is very stretchy, but it's manageable. It's not as bad to sew as ITY, for example. ITY is quite difficult to sew, or anything polyester that you use for your sports clothes, that can be difficult to sew. But yeah, I love them. It's not really news, the fabric, because I like them, and I have that in a different colorway, right? But I just wanted to show you because why not? And then I totally forgot to tell you that Laura, the lovely Laura, sent me this pattern. So it's Vogue 1565 because I really liked it. She sent it to me from the States and I already traced it off because I thought I would share it with someone. Well, anyway, I traced my size off. It's going to need a lot of work because I think Vogue patterns hate people who are like me, so short people are not really Vogue. My waist is, I think, 2 inches higher than the pattern, so I will have to work on this pattern. It's not going to be made quickly, and I haven't got a fabric. I've got my muslin fabric for this one because it should be crepe or something like that. They only suggest crepe. No, charmeuse as well, silk. But satin back crepe is the one on the model, and satin back crepe would probably work really well. I want it in orange, but that's going to be a lot of work. But thank you, Laura. It's so lovely to receive something from the States because Laura likes me and I like Laura. I do like Laura a lot. Thank you. Then I'm not sure if you know that my sister brings me all my Berda magazines because I tried to order. Well, I tried to subscribe in the UK and I had terrible problems. So I finally cancelled my subscription after 3 months of waiting for my magazine and numerous emails that didn't get replied to, which really annoys me because I can understand delays. I don't understand why you don't answer my emails. So yeah. So my subscription is in Polish from Poland, but that means that my sister brings all the magazines to me. So I've got all the magazines, I think from March or whatever, but loads of them. And I'm already overexcited with the magazines. I already want to make all of them. Not all the covers in Berda Poland are the same, but most are the same or very similar to the UK edition or to German edition or to Hungarian or to Russian edition. You know what I mean. But some of the patterns are absolutely fantastic. But I also wanted to show you something else. My sister also brought me Berda Easy, which in Polish is szycie krok po kroku. Try to say that. Szycie krok po kroku. Szycie krok po kroku. You really are getting proficient in Polish, right? So, well, I do like it, and I've already cut out my patterns because I cut them out, and I already want to make them. That's number 1 from 2020, and I did not have this issue, so I am very happy. But I also wanted to show you some Polish magazines that you might not have seen anywhere else. I wouldn't be surprised. So one is called Moda na szycie, which is fashion for sewing, let's say. And the patterns, strangely enough, are simplicity patterns. So you've got simplicity patterns, right, in the magazine, and you have to trace them off. And because it's Anna, it's part of Berda. I think maybe people from Berda think that everybody absolutely loves this net of patterns to spend your time tracing, swearing. But, well, the patterns are okay. The sizes are not my sizes, so they usually start with size 8, size 10, which means that I couldn't probably be bothered. But there are some nice things, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this magazine much. But it's something that you can buy in Poland, and I know that you can buy something similar in some other countries. But yeah, I'm not sure if it would sell in the UK, which is by Simplicity Patterns. It would definitely be cheaper because it's about £3 per magazine, and I think there are about 10 patterns there. So just a quick leaf through this magazine. You might recognize all the patterns that are Simplicity Patterns. They're quite nice. Mostly not in my size, so I'm probably not going to make most of them. But considering that it's less than £3 for all the patterns, it's still a good deal. That's all the line drawings, so quite a few patterns here, including bags. And the instructions are very clear, but you have to trace them from this sheet or sheets that you have in the middle of the magazine. But they're all there. I like the dresses. I like the magazine. It's interesting. You've got some jewelry to make, and everything is well described, and it's quite cheap. But I prefer simplicity patterns in envelopes and in my size. But as you can see, it's less than £3, 11-12 zlotys, and it's simplicity. Then something else, and that's, I think it's some French edition, some French magazine reprint or something. I don't know. That's Szycie, sewing. The magazine is called Szycie or sewing. And there are some beautiful patterns. I might just take some photos and insert them here. There are some really lovely patterns here, but they're really difficult. I mean, I read the instructions, and for example, to make a lining for a coat, all they say is make a lining by making all necessary changes and then sew it as if you've done it like millions of times. But I haven't. I make coats, but I always struggle a bit with the lining, so I don't know. The instructions are really difficult. I'm not extremely good in reading instructions in Polish because I had never sewn in Polish in Poland, so I don't always know the terms. I have to sort of work them out, but the patterns are gorgeous. They're also not in my sizes, which would mean that I would have to grade them, make them a bit smaller, which is a problem. I mean, the tracing off then the instructions, then changing the patterns, that's a bit too much. Again, a quick leaf through, and first all the models are there. There are some articles in the magazine, obviously, but I like the photos. I really like the patterns here. They're in various sizes. They tend to be size 10 to 14, 16, not a lot of sizes. I like the dresses. It's a summer edition, so there are going to be a lot of dresses and also underwear, but I do like coats in this magazine. Coats are my favorite. But there are various dresses, not just floaty dresses, dresses for the office, something for children, so it's a family magazine aimed at family. There are some tutorials. That's all the models, all the line drawings from the magazine. There are quite a few codes, as you can see. Oh. And then the instructions, and I don't like the instructions. They are quite brief and I don't really understand them, not very well. They are quite difficult, especially the code. It's not a lot. But, well, maybe they are like Berda magazine. You just have to get used to them. But they are scary for me. And finally, I've got something like that, Stitched by You. And I have no idea. My sister doesn't remember if she got it with another magazine or if she bought it solo, separately. But have you ever heard about it? That's Stitched by You. I know they have a Facebook page. And I don't know if patterns that are here, the patterns that are here, are with the seam allowances or not. That's why I was looking for something. But I've never seen anything like it. I'll do a leaf through and I'll show you what patterns are. There are some really, really nice patterns. They are all quite simple. They seem really kind of modern. It's very much like other European magazines. So it's very European. But I had never seen anything like that. So I don't know. I don't know this magazine. If you know anything about this magazine, feel free to tell me. I'm quite intrigued if it's like a part of something else or if it's a separate magazine that is issued every month or something. And a quick leaf through. That's the magazine. All the models are here. They're usually in sizes 36 to 46 or 48. So about 8 to 20, 22. We'll see. But I really like all the patterns. Again, they're very European, very casual, modern, kind of urban chic. I like this dress. It's a very simple wrap dress. All the models are generally simple and easy to make, which is brilliant for home sewing. I like that a lot. I'm probably going to make it. And I like the photos. They're not over photoshopped. Some very white pants, trousers. And when you look at line drawings, they shouldn't be difficult to make. The instructions are very clear. Well, Simple, clear, and in plenty of languages. I'll show you in a minute. There is a bag that you can make, a bomber jacket, and you can make the same or similar models for a little girl and for yourself, so for a woman and for a girl, which is a good idea, I think, if you have a daughter. And again, you have to trace them off, but that's not horrible. That's okay. A lot of clothes for children, I think, quite a lot, to replicate your look. Could be fun. I want to make that. There are a lot of languages, and the instructions are clear, so that's not time wasted translating. I like the magazine. That's all the patterns in the magazine, and they give you combinations as well, or ideas how to wear them. I do like it. I am going to use it. I'll work out if the patterns are with seam allowances or not, and I am going to use it. I think I need to finish, or you are going to faint from hunger. You should have a biscuit with you. If you see a hole or something, you should have a biscuit and a cup of tea. If there is anything more, I'll show you in another video. And that's about it. The haul included my shopping for months and months, because my sister was going to be here in March and bring me part of what I showed you, but she couldn't, obviously, for the reason the one who shall not be named prevented her from flying. If you're here for the first time and you think that this is like my monthly haul, no, you are wrong. It's kind of accumulated fabric. Thank you very much for watching. Go and eat something. See you soon. Bye.